savoring summer and its lush, verdant beauty. So many colors, so many shades of green. The sun sparkles on dancing leaves, toes dipped in water, gardens flourishing. Just being outside and soaking it up. In Michigan, this season is short, so we are all up in it.
Extra 3.
I don't know. I've been magically intending and playing with magic to create pockets of time in which to savor the summer more. Besides magic, a practical tip is just do less. Some nothingness is key. There's so many great invitations in the summer, so many celebrations, and I did make it to some, but I found that after the routine busyness and work, I was just really happy to be in my own little yard, watching the corn grow, reading some books. Oh, and I also did 2 5-day water fasts, which was amazing. It really slowed time and took me inward. Days seem an endless embrace in that space. More about my time preoccupation in just a moment. But first, here's a joyful medieval poem. They're so often so dark, but this one is just so joyful. It encourages the cuckoo to sing all the summer. While the seeds grow and the meadows blossom and the wood now springs into leaf, the ewe bleats after the lamb, the cow after the calf, the bullock leaps and the buck cavorts. Never stop singing, cuckoo. Never stop. I started this bullet journal type calendar because I wanted to experience time in my own way. I laid it out inspired by the Celtic wheel of the year, which honors the cycle of the seasons and follows more pagan or fairy time as opposed to modern and linear machine time. Because I've come to realize, in a cosmic sense, time is not linear at all. Time is a perception we hold, and instead of it being this linear, solid machine thing, we can actually manipulate it, we can play with it and sculpt it. Moving through and around time as a cycle works better for me. It feels more natural. For example, with August comes the last quarter of the year, the harvest season, and everything we have dreamed and planted and then lovingly tended is now in its peak, in its fullness. Come November, we will once again begin the dreaming cycle. Well, after a few celebrations. This journal calendar also honors cycles of the week with planetary influences and energetic cycles of the day, reminding me to be active when charged and rest as needed. I realize most people use bullet journals so that they can get stuff done, and it does help me be more productive and get rid of a lot of post-it note to-do lists, but the real joy of it is in contemplating what it is I truly desire to do and feel, and to put those things in. For me, this includes play and nothingness. Fairy time. Yeah, so how do the Fae experience time? In Lee Morgan's fabulous book, titled Sounds of Infinity, he lays out an understanding of fairy time quite brilliantly. I highly recommend this book. In it, he discusses in a way that I've always known, but he just puts it into words so brilliantly. The Fae display an ability to become absorbed in the moment, in the exquisite detail of things, and thus have no awareness of time. They may gaze upon the intricacies of a flower for an infinity. In our materialist world of machine time, time is money, and such activity is frowned upon. Where's the paycheck for grokking a flower? Engaging in the moment like this might also be considered eccentric, or a person who gazes at a flower for an infinity might be considered an artistic layabout, or even daft, or entirely mad. Well, you get it, and the negativity is astounding. Human creatures want to see fairies, but instead of seeing a fairy, why don't we see as a fairy sees? A sight more than a child's curiosity and deeper than an artist's discernment. Let's toss aside common sense notions of linear and machine time and allow ourselves to absorb and see as a fairy sees.